Hi, this is a quick video. My Saab 97X. This is a 2006 model of this truck. If anyone knows anything about these trucks, they are pretty much based on the GM Trailblazer Envoy platform. The difference with the Saab 97 is the suspension was actually made by Saab, so it does handle quite, I guess, quite differently from those other trucks on the same GMT 360 platform. I'm selling mine. I'm putting it up for sale for $4,600. This is a car I bought wanting to keep, but my daughter is about to get her driver's license. She needs something that's going to be a little bit less truckish, more drivable for her. And I'm also changing my wife's car as well, so I guess I gotta make some changes, and this one has to go. So it's in very good condition. There are a couple of, I guess, what I would call minor things here. If you look down here, there's been a little bit of a scrape here. I never got it done, fixed, just because I really didn't want to mess with the paintwork or anything. I got new tires on this car. The interior is in what I would say B plus grade condition. So we'll take a look at the inside. Leathers, held up pretty well. These cars were pretty well made in terms of build quality and interior quality, so most of the insides, as long as it's been well looked after, are pretty decent. Take a look inside. There you go. It's the rear. See the leather's still pretty good for the age. This is a 2006 car. Everything works. The rear AC vents, they all work pretty well. Sunroof, decent. The wheels, the Saab wheels that came with these are the originals. They are, in pretty, I would probably say, in pretty decent shape. I've still got the cover for the trunk space. So as you can see, trying to see how much I can show you guys. But this car is in pretty decent shape for the year. I'll tell you a few things that I've done with it, but let's take a look at the engine compartment. Let's see. All right. I've got the motor on. It's ticking away pretty quiet. This is the 4.2 inline 6 engine. This engine won a couple of awards. Ward's engine. It's Ward's rates engines over the years. They gave it a very high rating. One, it's a stable. It's very well balanced. It's quite quiet, to be honest with you. Gas-wise, well, it's a truck, and these are heavy cars, so I'm averaging about 17 miles per gallon in town, and when mixed driving, I'd probably say it's about 18 altogether. I don't have a heavy foot, so it might be lower, but otherwise I'd give this engine lots of kudos. What have I done to the car? All right, full service in the last 4 or 5 months. I've done oil changes, synthetic. I changed the spark plugs, the air filter, I have also changed I did the coil spring conversion. These cars came with gas self-leveling struts, and so, but I didn't really want to keep messing with that, so I changed it and put in regular struts on it. So whoever buys this car, you're not going to have to bother with that. I took out the oil, the transmission oil. I drained it, didn't flush it. I drained it, put in a new transmission filter. And I did it like twice just to make sure that the transmission was running the way that it should. Did the same for the differential, front and back. So it does shift pretty smooth. At some point I also changed the solenoids, because those tend to go bad in these cars. And you might get if you don't change it, you might get a kind of like a rough shifting. So I got those changed as well. So the car shifts pretty smooth. All-wheel drive works, pretty okay. The only thing I'm going to mention here is there is a warning sign for the stability track. These cars have something that's called stability track that's supposed to gauge when your wheels are slipping. They are notoriously sensitive. So if you like change the brakes, for instance, you'll pretty much, you might have that stability track warning light come on, which is what I have on now. It's a combination of the stability track warning light and the ABS light. I know exactly what it is. It's the wheel speed sensors. So that has to be changed on this car. It's not an expensive fix. The parts itself are about 30 or 40 bucks. And I don't know, labor, depending on where you go. So, hey, I'm just, showing everything that currently, might be wrong with the car. Air conditioning works, the heat works, the heated seats they'll burn your ass off, man. They are hot. They work really well. Everyone who's had these cars knows that they have quirky cup holders. They're probably one of the worst cup holders I've ever come across. But, most of the ones you'll see in examples like this are broken. Mine is not broken, still intact. You've got the one cup holder here, this here. The car is quite well built, so you don't really hear any squeaks or rattles. Well, not on mine anyway. I don't know about others. Another thing to look out for in these cars sometimes is rust. This car, when I got it, did not have any visible rust. Typically with these cars, this is about where you'll start to see signs of visible rust. There are a few underneath, there were a few spots here and there, but nothing that would concern me about rust. So, it does have a Carfax, pretty decent Carfax on this car. It shows everything that's been done up until I bought the car, and so that's a good thing. Has a quite complete and thorough. Whoever had this car before I got it, I think it had like 2 other owners. They looked after the car very, very well. Everything was changed at the dealership as and when it should have been changed. Does not use a timing belt. These motors use a chain, so that's a good thing as well. Body on this car, I would probably give it again a B+. There are a couple of things here and there, but yeah, it's pretty. When you wash this car, the paint on these models were pretty high quality paint, so I do like this red. It does, come off pretty good. It comes with the OnStar, right over here. And the OnStar on this car still works. Just got to set it up. It's got the Sirius XM inbuilt as well. It's got a 6-changer Bose CD system that's thumping, man. That thing can pump out some power. And the one on this car works excellently. So there you have it. It's a Saab 97X. It is not the 8-cylinder, but it is the 4.2i model. It's the inline 6. Very, very good engine, very reliable. These engines are known to go as high as 300,000, no issues whatsoever. Not so with the 8-cylinders. So there you go. All right, give me a shout if you're interested. This is probably one of the better examples of this car that you're going to see. And I've done all the work that ought to be done to keep this car in very, very good running condition. All right, bye.